concerned. There are a lot of people that right now need to have things happen quickly. Time is money. Right now, this action has caused a lot of problems for a developer. He was expecting to go to the county planning office on the 17th to start with construction. You guys, without even having a thought, fired the township engineer. That has left the developer completely in hang. He can't go to the county right now. He can't get his plans developed. He can't go into construction. You are costing him a lot of money. A lot of money. And I addressed you folks that night when you didn't make that motion. I said to you guys, what are you going to do? I have a closing that's coming in this week. How are you folks going to handle that? I was concerned. And even after you did that, you still never even gave the ability to even talk to me. You never even spoke to me after that. I came in for the rest of the week not even knowing where my position stood. And I welcomed meeting and working with you, Dave. I still do. I still do. I still think you folks need to reconsider what you guys are thinking. I really do. I am not going to have access to grind. When Mr. Elminski ran for supervisor, do you think I was a little bit worried? Sure I was. John's dad was at odds with me for years. He circulated a petition. But you know what? I welcomed John and I worked with John. I never carried any animosity whatsoever. It's a job. We all have to work together in this township. We left a person hanging this week with the closing. I brought that to your attention also. And that poor person, my goodness gracious, they went roundabout all over the place because the closing was to happen on Thursday. They needed an occupancy permit signed. And Dave, I asked you how we were going to handle that. And your response to me was we were going to take the month of January to figure out how we were going to be zoning services. I didn't want to see the township hanging. I really didn't. But I love this township. I really do have to say that if you would reconsider your positioning, I welcome working with this board. I really do. And I think that I can work with anybody. If you tell me what you want those objectives to be, I will work hard to make those objectives happen for you. But it is a community, and we have to work as a community. We really do. And thank you very much.
I'd like to make a comment. I know it's always awkward when somebody goes one way and then they might have to decide to go another way, but I think in the best interest of the community, if we throw away about, oh, I did this and I got to stick to it, and really think what the people have said. I think Renee stated and shown that she would work with this board and not hold any animosity. I don't think it would be awkward. It's just a growing pain we went through if we retained her, and we can move forward. She has to. It sounded a little conflicting. Dave said she has to enforce the zoning, and we can't tell her not to. That's true. Okay, but we also create and change the zoning. So by changing the zoning, changing how things work, I've already started talking to the county about how we can change things and make things go through faster. Because I went to the CBIC meeting and we're talking about how the state needs to do things so we get things rolling more business-wise, and that they need to provide the incentives. Pennsylvania's not one of the top 10 states in getting people here. I think we can work with her. I think the community needs to see that we care about what they think and that we're here to work for them. This is a public service. This is almost a volunteer position. We're here, and all our people, every time we have a Christmas dinner, I thank every person there that volunteers their time to be on these boards and help give us direction, help us work as a community. I came in with new ideas. Some of them were implemented, and the other two supervisors told me a couple of times I was crazy. No. But we need to work together as a group, and I think by reappointing Renee and moving forward, I think we'll set a standard in this township that we're here to lead together.
All right, we'll have to close the period for public comments. Next topic on the agenda is the Kraut Lane Bridge action. This is simply to ratify publicly that we are going to spend some money to get engineering estimates developed, possibly to include surveying. Discussion?
I think just because we have the public here, we ought to give them just a quickie. We own a bridge, Kraut Lane Bridge, off Axman Road. We also own the road there. It only serves the Fish Commission and 2 residents, and only 1 resident across the bridge. We never knew why we owned that. The bridge has been, we got a 7-day notice. The bridge is basically critical. We won't go into all the terminology. We think we found a solution. The Krauts are willing to take the bridge privately if we come up with a good solution with them. We think we found a way to build an inexpensive bridge, but we have to get the surveying done. That costs, I think, what, $500 or something?
Well, that's, they have the actual bridge company come in
Can
and give us
an
a site
estimate,
analysis.
site analysis, and so that's why we're jumping ahead, because PennDOT's put us on the spot, and we need to move forward with it, just so you know what we're doing. And I'll make a motion to move ahead and authorize the payment to bring in.
I'll second that.
Well, would you consider amending your motion to include whatever investigative expenses we'll need to incur?
I think up to $5,000.
That's fair.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded, please vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The last topic on the agenda today is the employment issue. I intend to make a motion then to complete and clarify the zoning code officer appointment that we took at the January 3rd meeting. I make the motion that Ms. Swanser be terminated as of today, and I further move that she be paid all benefits earned and due her as provided for by the Benner Township Employee Handbook.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
I think, I really don't believe this is the right move. I think giving her an opportunity to implement the way that you want to change zoning or zoning processes is the proper thing to do. Her knowledge base. Going to that CBICC